What's up, everybody? Shauna D Man here, and welcome back to the channel. I hope you guys are doing great. I hope you guys are having yourselves a great week so far. We are here to talk about season one of Maul Shadow Lord. Season one wrapped up last Monday with its ninth and 10th episode, and kind of leaves you off for a season two. Now, we do know there's a season two coming that was announced, I think, even before season one had even premiered. Now, Maul Shadow Lord, we got announced about it, I believe, at last year in with Star Wars Celebration in Japan. Dave Filoni is behind this particular project, and quite honestly, it's a good show, but there are some problems with it. There are some problems with it. I think it feels just like a continuation of the Clone Wars series, because this does take place a year after basically episode 3, Revenge of the Sith, where Maul is hiding out on Janix. He's been betrayed by his, comrades with the criminal underworld that he had built, with the Pikes, Crimson Dawn, so on and so forth. um, what I really, really loved about this series, and which just continues to look just absolutely spectacular with each and every episode, is the animation. It has Star Wars animation as a whole, particularly like the Clone Wars, Rebels, and so on and so forth. Like, the animation as a whole has gotten so much better than the first time we saw it in like the 2008 Star Wars, the Clone Wars movie. And then just obviously the earlier seasons of the Clone Wars series, the animation just was not there. But as the series went on, the animation got better and better and better. And I mean, I will give credit to the animation team of Lucas and Star Wars. They have probably been the more bright spot when it comes to Star Wars related stuff, because I have not seen, like, I didn't like, I've liked most of their stuff. I haven't seen Visions. I didn't like Resistance. But pretty much most of the other, like Bad Batch, I like the Bad Batch. Um, Obviously Maul Shadow Lord, I liked Rebels. Even the Tales series was actually relatively good, and too, from an animation quality as well. So they deserve a lot of credit for the amount of work that they put in when it came to the animation side of the Star Wars franchise. Now, there are a lot of things about this series. So so this series was structured differently compared to the other Star Wars series that we got. Typically, you would get, one episode a week, 20 episodes, something like that. But this one was different. They did 2 episodes a week, so it did not take very long. Finished up on May 4th, which was, you know, not surprising. It meant not surprising at all, but it was very fast paced. Like, things were consistently moving. There was never like, it never felt like there was a dull moment within each of these episodes. There was some kind of action or something like that. It's just going. And you know what? I'm okay with that. Uh, the episodes were a little bit short too. Again, I'm okay with that. Not really a big, not a big deal with me. 'Cause you don't really need to draw it out, because this is not a series that you need to draw out. Now, one I mentioned at the beginning when I did the first set of episode reviews for Maul Shadow Lord, I felt like if they would have done, if because again, I don't know how long this show was in like production or planning or anything like that. I wish they would have tied the Maul Shadow Lord series with the Tales of the Underworld series. I think that would have been very interesting. Um, was like, just like have that series leading into the Maul series. I think that would have been very interesting to see as well, because the Tales of the Underworld series is not what I thought it was going to be. And it was very like I was very much disappointed in it, even though I liked Cad Bane and some aspects of it. But it was a little bit disappointing to me for something to be titled Star Wars Tales of the Underworld. But but oh, lost my train of thought again. But beside that point, um, the lightsaber combat was very, very good, very, very fluid. Um, Again, it's just I know I'm probably say a lot during this review, but just the animation is just what really surprised me the most. Now, Maul itself is I can see why people are complaining about Maul because I don't think I'm trying to think how I want to put this. Sorry. Um, I don't think Maul is a character that should have come back as much as he has. Like he was such a cool villain the first time you see him in a Phantom Menace. Like when you're a kid, you see the makeup, you see the horns, you see the black robes, the double bladed lightsaber. He looked so cool. And obviously, he dies at the, spoilers. He dies at the end, and that should have been it. I think that should have been it. He comes back in the Clone Wars series, and it's just kind of like, okay, all right. And then he comes back in Rebels. We even see him in a hologram at the end of Solo, and I don't think it was a post-credit scene, but we see him in Solo. We see him die in Rebels. Now we have the Maul Shadow Lord series. I think for me, the problem I have with Maul is we already kind of know the outcome of him. Like we know he dies. So just adding in this stuff is just kind of like, is it necessary? Because it's the same way I felt when Marvel released Black Widow with Scarlett Johansson, and it was set in between the events of Civil War and Infinity War. And during that time, I was like, I already know the outcome of what's going to happen to her. So watching this it kind of deflates that. Like, I mean, cool, she got her own movie and everything, but I already know the outcome of this character. Maul isn't the only one in this situation, which I'll get to in a second. But I don't know. It just feels like like this is a character that should have just stayed dead. I don't think now if you wanted to use I like how using Savage Opress in the Clone Wars series was good. I maybe he learns about what happened to Maul and he wants to kill Kenobi and everything like that. I would have preferred that. Make him his own character, not necessarily tied with Maul. And then they kind of like, I think one of the issues that we have when it comes to villains, because Maul should be a villain. He should not be a sympathetic villain. Like we have a problem when it comes to like villains where you just can't let evil be evil. Now in the Maul series, what they do is they kind of give you some backstory on this, on why he's so intent on trying to kill Sidious. And I believe it was episodes 7 and 8 after his battle with Crow and Morok, the Inquisitors. We see some flashbacks of him as a kid being taken by Sidious from Dathomir, or not Dathomir, but like the adjacent planet that's across from Dathomir, and we see him being trained by Sidious, and even Sidious using Force Lightning on him to train him. And we just see like it looks like he never wanted to be a part of this, but Sidious forced him into it and everything like that. And I don't know. I'm just kind of like, I don't need this much. I don't need this type of information for this character. I really like, again, I think Maul is probably better suit being just a straight up bad guy. I just think that. Now, obviously, everybody has their own opinions about it and may feel differently about it, but I just think it works better for this type of character. Like we literally, like, just watching him. killed Qui-Gon, and episode one was just crazy to see. And I don't know. It's a weird thing. It's a weird thing. The so I mentioned how with Maul, where we knew the outcome that he's gonna be killed by Obi-Wan on Tatooine in the later seasons of Rebels. The 11th brother, Crow, the one with the mask and the red eyes, he's another one. And I think this is a problem with Star Wars as a whole, maybe. I guess you could, maybe not a whole, but you see, so in the Maul series, in season one, you see him go toe to toe with Maul, Doki, Devon. And like even no, I don't want to say like he struggled with them. Like he was very much actively going after him and everything like that, and they were holding their own and everything like that. You see that happen. You see him go toe to toe with these these individuals. But when you get to Tales of the Jedi and you see him fight Ahsoka and she just takes him out in a split of a second, and it's just kind of like, oh, was Ahsoka that strong or was everybody else that weak? Because I would say Maul is probably stronger than Ahsoka, but even he couldn't take out the Inquisitors. Now, plot armor, story wise, yeah, I get that, but like it just looks bad when Maul, who is a very strong force wielder, can't even take out a single Inquisitor, and Ahsoka just does it in like a split second. It's such a weird power. Like they're not very good at power scaling when it comes to Star Wars because it's just I don't it's just I don't know why you can't be consistent about it. Um, so that's the thing because we already knew he died in. I would have rather them done a well. I would have rather them done a different Inquisitor than add him in because again we already knew how he dies in Tales of the Jedi against Ahsoka. Um, Barak, I think I'm not. I wasn't clear if I wasn't sure if he died or not in the last episode. He gets because it looks like Doki force pushes him off a bridge. I don't know if he falls to his death or not because it's not really clear. Um, it is kind of open ended, so he could come back in season two if they want him to, and maybe he gets killed by Maul then or gets killed by Devon. I don't know. Um, then we have Vader coming in, which I mean he does kill Doki, but that's only because Maul kind of like betrayed Doki. Um, I don't know. It's just such a I mean it is what it is. I do like that they didn't use a voice, which I thought that was really good. Um, he look it made him a little bit more terrifying in the show when doing that. It's just him not talking, just him, the breathing and everything like that was I thought was pretty well done. Um, him just single handedly taking on Maul, Docky, and Devon without even really breaking a sweat was really impressive. And even them holding their own against him, and now again, story how writing and stuff like that. So obviously um it is what it is, but it's pretty interesting to see. I think another aspect I liked about this series was Devon. And the reason I say her is because I really actually liked what they went with. Maul is looking for a new apprentice. You got Docky and Devon hiding out on Janix, trying to get ready to escape as soon as the Empire shows up. But you just have these dialogues and different moments between Devon and Docky, and Devon and Maul, and it's just a different ideological philosophies that are going on. Maul Maul is like, because it even happens in episode 10 when they're running from Vader. Maul is talking about how, you need to use your anger, use your aggression. Only that's the only way you'll be able to beat him. And now Doki's like, no, we must be patient, we must be cunning, we can't give in to our emotions. And that's not the only time either. And like we see it several times when Maul keeps Doki captive, and he even tests her with like in some lightsaber combat as well as she tries to escape. Um, it's I really loved it, and then ultimately like she decides to be trained by Maul once Doki dies, which you kind of had to figure was going to be the case. Like, cause I kind of figured Doki was going to die at some point in the season. I thought it would have been like just during a battle with the Inquisitors. Wasn't really expecting it to be was against Vader. And now, because we don't know if she's going to be Darth Talon, we don't really know that. So, they could pull some like some stuff with it. Um, but but we'll see. I love some of the shots in the series. I love the shot of the Star Destroyer just hovering over the city. Really, really love that. Um, and then I'm trying to think who else was it about it that I enjoyed about this series. Um, Oh, Rook Cast. I love Rook Cast. I said in my episode 9 and 10 review, I wish they didn't kill her off, but it sounds like the voice actress wanted her to be killed off. And I think it was like, I think she said she wanted Rook, like Vader, to rip Rook's lungs out of her chest or something like that. And you kind of hear something like that happening in the episode at the time. But I was like, oh, okay, I guess that's fine. If she wanted her character to go out like that, then that's completely fine. So I can't really complain about that. But I did like Rook Cast. I did like the two Zarbok brothers that fought alongside Maul. Vario was an interesting character. Lawson was a pretty fun character as well. I actually kind of liked him. Don't think he's dead. I think he comes back at some point in season two. Um, That's another thing too, because like the Lawson and Two Boots dynamic is because Two Boots is trying to do things by protocol. They know they're chasing Maul, and his first instinct is to go and inform the Empire so they can get resources to capture the fugitive. Lawson's like, no, we don't want to do that because the moment the Empire comes in, they're never going to leave. Now it does backfire a little bit because once the Empire does show up, um, it's kind of like, why did you wait so long to call us? That kind of thing. But Lawson's words didn't mean it. Like they came in and they just started to take over. They took over the security forces. They just took over. Like once the Empire's there, people's lives are going to be ruined. Um, we got to see Dryden Voss, because now we know how he becomes the head of Crimson Dawn when we get to Solo. We get the Pikes again. Um, yeah, yeah. We just see Maul restart to build up his criminal empire as he hopes to fight against the Empire and against Sidious because he's not gonna stop until Sidious is dead. Now it's gonna be interesting to see on how we get from the Maul in Maul Shadow Lord to the Maul that we see in Twilight of the Apprentice in Star Wars Rebels. And so there's a lot of curious things that have to happen to get to from that point to that point. So we'll definitely have to just wait and see on how that shapes out for sure. But overall, love the animation. Uh, I like the layout they did it with the 2 episodes a week. Um, Obviously there's some nitpick stuff about it that other people probably will just talk about and point out, but I just wanted to give my general thoughts about it. But like I said, overall I did enjoy the series. Thought it was pretty good. Um And I look forward to see what happens with season 2 when it comes out. Probably not till 2028, 2029, perhaps. But we'll see. But guys, that is relatively it. Thank you for hanging out. Thank you for watching. If you are new to the channel, be sure you hit that like and subscribe button. Comment below. Other than that, I will see you all in the next video. Y'all have a good one.